Cobra Troops, the dreaded enforcers of the Cobra Army, and Stormtroopers, the extended hand of evil of the Galactic Empire and the First Order. Both these armies spread fear and terror and are revered throughout the world and the galaxy. But when comparing these two armies, who actually shoots the worst? I mean, neither of these guys could shoot fish in a barrel. I mean, they could be standing directly over the barrel, aiming at it, shooting at it, and all they would do is tear up the ground around the barrel. I mean, all these guys are, in their respective universes, are props that move around and make noise. So I'm going to discuss who actually has the worst aim between both these armies. We'll start this off by talking about Cobra Troops. Now, one cannot talk about Cobra Soldiers without talking about the Cobra organization. Now, there have been different retellings and origins of Cobra, but in every version, they are an organization that wishes to take over and rule the world, and in every version, they are either hindered or stopped by their mortal enemy, G.I. Joe. In every version, with the exception of the cartoon series G.I. Joe Renegades, Cobra tries to achieve world domination through means of being a military and terrorist organization. In G.I. Joe Renegades, Cobra is a corporation, a business that is heavily involved in criminal activity on its side in hopes of world domination. Cobra Troops are recruited from the lowlifes and criminals of society. According to their file card, they are very highly trained. They get extensive training in weapons, martial arts, demolition, tactics, maneuvers, and can operate any type of Cobra vehicle, whether it be a helicopter, motorcycle, or his tank, creating a very well-rounded, diverse, and elite soldier, if you want to look at it that way. Now, I'm not going to go into all the weapons and weapon systems used by Cobra. That would probably be a couple videos in itself. But I will go into the basic standard issued weapon for each Cobra soldier. Cobra Soldiers are issued what's known as a Dragon Von sniper rifle. It is a semi-automatic weapon that was invented by Russia in 1963 and is still used by various armies around the world today. This is the weapon that came with the original 3.75-inch toy figure. The weapon seen in the cartoon is kind of like a variation of a World War II MP40. And the reason I say variation is because it looks a lot like an MP40, and instead of shooting rounds, it shoots lasers. Now, let's talk about Stormtroopers. Stormtroopers are the warriors of both the Galactic Empire and the First Order. The Galactic Empire was a dictatorship that governed the galaxy in which the Star Wars universe operates in. After the fall of the Galactic Empire, the First Order arose, or should I say arised. Stormtroopers of the old Galactic Empire are actually known as Imperial Stormtroopers, and there's not really too much to say about their training. However, Stormtroopers of the First Order, these guys are trained since birth, or should I say, are trained from an early childhood. And anytime you get a soldier who's been trained from birth, who's been trained from a very young age to be a lethal killing machine, who's been trained their whole life in combat, weapons, tactics, and maneuvers, and you get one hardcore, bad A, mother effer you do not want to mess with, like this guy. Like I did with Cobra, I'm not going to go into all the weapon and weapon technology used by both the Galactic Empire and the First Order, but I will go into the standard issue weapon for each Stormtrooper. Each Stormtrooper is issued what's known as an E11 blaster rifle. It has a retractable stock, and it has 3 settings: lethal, stun, and sting. It's capable of shooting 100 shots with a regular cartridge and 500 shots with a plasma cartridge. Stormtroopers of the First Order are issued an upgrade of this weapon. as well as an SE-44C blaster pistol. And now for the verdict. The victory, if that's the right word to use for this piece, goes to Cobra. Why do I say that? Because Cobra Troops have never ever killed not one member of their mortal enemy G.I. Joe. In a matter of fact, I don't think Cobra Troops have ever killed anybody or shot anybody. They've never even wounded a G.I. Joe member, or let alone a civilian with direct fire. Now, Stormtroopers, they've actually racked up some kills. They've actually been a serious threat to their enemies. And you can't say that about Cobra. So, between these two, it's actually the Cobra Troops who have the worst aim. At least that's my opinion. That's my perspective and viewpoint. I would like to know what you guys think. Thank you for tuning in, and please leave your comments below.